how the front end works a little bit like that. Unfortunately, he just gave me the news that one of our front end devs was in a motorcycle accident last night, and he's luckily not seriously injured, just like some bruises and scratches and stuff like that. But he is taking a day off to recuperate, and we'll be back at the desk after that. So if everyone, thoughts and prayers, everyone. But he's not seriously injured or anything like that. But he did fall off of his bike. So we all live that motorcycle life. So yeah, what's up, everyone? Welcome to omakavc. See some new faces in the room right now. Thank you for being here. Basically, this is just about the omakavc art utility. We have a generative art collection, which function as lifetime licenses to our tool, which in the first course serving of the tool is basically going to give people access to the ability to, without using any code, deploy and upload metadata for generative art NFT collections. Essentially, you bring all of your files to the platform, drag and drop your files onto the site. It automatically compiles all of your layers with the appropriate randomization and weighting of rarity. Takes all of those layers, uploads the data to decentralized file storage, and then deploys your smart contract for you, passes ownership of the smart contract to you. If anyone has been in the let's see how it works section of the info channels, there's a link to our contract there on Etherscan. You'll notice our ERC 721 contracts are novel. They're a little bit different than anything you've seen before. They have functions that allow dynamic contract function calls, meaning that our contracts allow governance or the governance to basically place votes and use the liquidity stored in the contract to interact with any other contract on chain. This means that you can create like a community fund, which is operated by governance, or you could take some of those funds and stake them to a validator node or in Curve DAO or Aave or anything like that. You can use any of these utilities in that manner. And if anyone has any questions about the tool, or just like has any suggestions, wonders about any features that are going to be available or what any of the feature creep will be, please feel free to hop up on stage, raise your hand, and ask a question. We're here to answer questions. The licenses, of course, come with access to our team and support for the product. So we have people available in this Discord for license holders that can, help them use the tool, make changes, anything like that. Hey, what's up, Wrath, excuse me. What is up, Wrath, one of the 7 deadly sins in the house? How's it going? I've invited you to speak, sir. What up, Tidepool? What you doing? Wait, am I getting audio? Can I hear anyone right now? Can someone speak?
You hear me?
Yeah, okay, cool.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
You're
so,
good.
all right, cool. Yeah, so invited to speak, bro, so you can hop up on stage whenever you're ready. We're really just here to answer questions if anyone has them. So just need to hear from you guys what you're looking for, if you're excited about the project. We are going to launch like an extremely, extremely limited pre-sale here in the next few days. There are going to be 10 spots in the pre-sale. Those people will get first access to the tool and be able to actually launch their collections before we open the public mint of our licenses. There is a feature creep. We already have all of like the Miro and front end designs for the marketplace, and most of the back end contract work on that done as well. So there's going to be some awesome features launching on here. With the first iteration, of course, being the tool that allows you to deploy your own generative art collection and on-chain DAO with zero code. So You coming up, Wrath? Wrath. Yeah, I mean, anyone who's on the stage, you guys feel free to add. I'm just kind of here paying attention if anyone has any questions. Waiting on a little video from Derp for now to get you guys a little demo.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, like so far, like if you're looking to do a generative collection, this is literally a one-stop shop for generative collections. And what they have in the pipeline is going to be it's insane, man. This is the way the market's going to go. The thing that drives mass adoption in any industry is the cost and then the convenience. So when things become super convenient, they automatically go mainstream. This is super streamlined. It's not even. It's literally like setting up like he said before, a Facebook pay account. Like you got to make your profile picture and you got to put your name in. You know, what this is, you set you upload your layers, you set your weight, all in code. Like you don't have to do any hashes and any crazy ratios to figure out what's going to be rare. It's literally just typing, like a few letters, a few numbers. You know, it's insane.
Yeah, it's super easy. You got to get like that early look yesterday with Derp at what the front end looks like, and I think you saw that it's like extremely snappy and responsive. Like I said, we're implementing save states so that it's easy to pick up where you left off if you lose power or get disconnected or something like that. And like we just like you said, convenience it drives adoption. Like it has to be accessible. If it's not accessible and easily utilizable, our goal was to build something. I think Dope. It was you that said it's like if a 7-year-old or a 70-year-old can use it, then it's primed for adoption, right? And that's really what our goal was here. Is that like we built something that an artist of any age can use to deploy their generative collection and where we actually give people ownership of their contracts, right? And we don't charge you any if you have a lifetime license, we don't charge any percentage of your mint. There are no additional fees. You can launch as many collections as you want. So it really just changes the game in terms of having access to development tools for the average artist or project manager, project creator, because sometimes there's someone who's creating the project, they're architecting it, and they're working with a few artists, right? And it really allows you guys to just have control over your own project versus using some of these platforms that do like lazy minting or any of those other things. Just puts the power back in the hands of the creators, and that was our goal. And this project was kind of born out of us as a development stack getting a lot of requests from people for us to deploy their generative art mints for them, and realizing that we just didn't have the time for client management, right? Like there's no way for us to just deal with talking to all the people who want to do it. It's like if I get 40 calls a week and I spend 1 hour with each of those potential clients trying to explain to them what they need ready and how much the cost is going to be, and et cetera, it's like that's all of a sudden 40 hours a week just interviewing potential clients. So we realized very rapidly that it was going to be impossible for us to do that. So our first decision was to initially build a tool that would allow us to take on more clients. We started building that tool and then realized that by us keeping the tool in-house, we would still be bottlenecking. So we decided to deploy a generative art collection that would function as a license to utilize that tool. And that's where we are now at omakavc. So yeah, seriously, if anyone's in the audience, like, please feel free to hop up here, join the conversation, ask anything that you want to ask. I should have a video here. Oh, I've got it right now. Look at that. So I'm going to post a video here. Maybe I'll just screen share it. It's just downloading right now. And I'll show you guys kind of like what this process looks like, what some of the app looks like. Like I said, we're just cleaning up, doing some polishing on the D app to make sure that it's really, really clean and functional. And of course, like allows you to set the ticker price, the ticker, the mint price, all of those different things. So it's just downloading from Dopamine right now, and we will give you a little preview.
You guys are about to be blown away.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh,
Nice.
Dope wasn't here before either, so he didn't see it either, did he?
No, he hasn't seen it yet. So let me see. I'm going to try and just screen share here. I think I can do that. Wait, can I screen share here on the live stage?
I'm not sure.
I don't know that I can actually. Yeah, I can't screen share on the live stage. So what I'm going to do is in the stage chat, I'm going to drop the actual file for the video here. So, boop, doop. And sending. Send it. Send it.
Let's go.
So you guys can see here in the let's see, is this the where's my actual movie? So you can see the beginning of the video, it starts start building your NFT collection. You enter a name and symbol for the collection. You provide a description of your collection. Then you basically start adding traits. So it lets you drop the entire files and set the rarity weights of each of the different attributes. Derp is so fast with the value.
I know the interface is like, slow down.
So I don't know if anyone's watching this right now, but you'll see he's going through the process of adding the layers, right, for this collection that we're going to be dropping. And then he goes and he clicks the generate preview button. It takes a couple minutes for a little bit of time for the scripts to run and determine all the randomization and everything like that. And then ta-da! There you go. Then you get a set of randomized collections. Then he's going to click the button again. It's going to reiterate the collection.
It's just insane. It's just insane. Such a smooth process. This is like what you would pay so much money for, and then have the risk of having your project rugged by the dev. Like
Sir,
this is the best thing in the world.
Sir, the village needs to eat, sir.
Yeah.
The village needs to eat, sir. Sir, village must eat, sir. Like that's the village must eat, sir. Like that's just what's going on, right? So yeah, we just got a couple things to tie up, and then we'll be going live as soon as the MVP is as soon as we know the MVP is ready to go live, then we'll announce the people who've been selected for the pre-sale. just to give you guys some information, if you're hoping to get into that pre-sale, there are only going to be 10 passes available for the pre-sale. They are at a discounted price. What we are looking for, like I'm not gonna give you all the qualifiers, but we are looking for people who have existing social media, have a project already that they're ready to actually deploy in Mint. That means you already have your layers and art prepared. You're ready to actually go live. You've already done some work building your community. You're clear on what the project is going to look like and what the idea behind the project is. And the only thing that you've been bottlenecked is development, right? So people who have all their ducks in a row and are already ready to drop a collection are going to have the highest chance of receiving one of the pre-sale licenses. We are going to give some time for those people to work with the tool and get their actual collections and contracts deployed. And once they have their contracts deployed, then we will announce or post a timer for the beginning of the mint, which I will time to occur after their projects begin minting. And we basically want to just give you guys a chance for the people who are completely ready to move, a chance to get their projects launched and kind of show you guys what's possible and what can be created in the timeline with this utility. So, I think there are a few people here. If you have a collection already, if you have your art and layers finished already, please apply for that pre-sale license so that you can get in there and launch your project on our, from our platform. You, of course, retain full ownership of all of your contracts. And like I said, every single contract has these dynamic function calls that allow the contract to be converted into a non-fungible, an NFT governed DAO with actual on-chain governance. So you can go and look at our contracts. We have made a couple of updates to the contracts that give them some added functionality. And we are continuing to update and increase the functionality of those contracts as we go along. So, yeah, I mean, seriously, if there are any questions that anyone has, please hop up here on stage. Ask me anything that you're looking for. If you just have a comment on the video that was just posted in the stage chat, I guess I could have given everyone I'll give an at. Oh, I can't send messages in this channel now somehow. Tara, I can't send messages in the stage chat channel for some reason. Maybe you shut it. Oh, you just shut it down so it would stay stuck there. So yeah, please guys, go to the stage chat, check out that video, and please give us some feedback. Anything you're thinking, things you notice. If you have any questions about whether certain features will be available, or feature creep.
Can you posted it now?
Huh?
Can you post
Yeah,
it
now I can. Yep.
Okay.
So I was just gonna give an at everyone tag. I'm gonna upload the file again. And then I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna upload a snarky meme. And if anyone doesn't want to ask a question on voice, you are free to just type your question in the chat as well, and I'll read it and answer it.
Hi, Chef. What should I be calling you, by the way? What do you want to go by?
Chef, dude.
Chef?
Yeah, it's all about the yes chef memes, dude. Like
yes,
Gordon Ramsay.
Yes, chef.
Gordon Ramsay. I want to hear yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
All right.
I think you did.
Yeah, so I watched the video. I was just kind of laying low, just because I didn't see anything yet. But like, for what it's worth, just my first instinct, just coming from my background, to me, it seems like a Wix.com type of easy UI UX experience for like anybody who wants to make like a 10K project or whatever, generative project.
Yeah, and you can set the size. You can set the size of the project if you want. And the next, the tool that we have prioritized right now is the NFT staking contract deployer. So shortly after, you'll have an NFT staking contract deployer that gets launched as well. And then the second priority after that is the actual like mint page, the landing page deployer. So just like you said, like Wix, bro, we're actually going to give people the ability to deploy their own landing page. Right.
Dope.
So it's like you can literally deploy, like you can do everything you need to launch a mint right on our platform without having to deal with
shop.
Yep. No devs. Kill your devs, sir.
Chris, you're right. When I did see it, my mind was blown.
It's
And
insane.
I could see like someone like you who's like an artist who's like, "Yeah, I want to get this up, I want to get moving and everything." You're probably like, thank God I met Chef.
Well, I'm a project manager, not the artist, but
Okay.
still, it's like we went through hell with our devs because one, you have to trust them. Two, you have to be able to communicate with them. Three, they have to be able to do like if you have something other than just a mint, like that, you have to deal with them trying to bullshit you along the way of not knowing how to do the stuff they're trying to learn and get the money. Man, it's just insane, man. Then you have to pay them, and you don't know, like anything can happen. But this is like everything's in your control. Like nothing's in their hands. You don't have to give them control of your contract, your wallet. It's just insane.
Bro, this is really what we were going for. It's just like we deal with that stress. It's like I can just tell you things like if you're in the Western Hemisphere and you're trying to get a good cost on dev, your dev is going to be in the Eastern Hemisphere. That means you're going to be awake in the middle of the night to communicate with them because they're not going to wake up in the middle of the night to communicate with you. If your dev is in the Western Hemisphere and they're an American Solidity dev and they already don't have work, they suck.
Yeah.
They suck. Like this is like
they should
that's
be
it,
absolutely
dude.
busy. They should be absolutely busy.
They're fully busy, dude. Like they're snatched up by Casper Labs or Certique or like one of these big main dev stacks, dude. Like, and so then you're like, oh, what? You're gonna pay someone in crypto who's 8,500 miles away from you? Like you don't even necessarily know they're.
Once it's sent, it's gone. You can't get it back.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Chef.
So it's like,
Chef, Rafe asked a really good question. He said, "What about security? Many contracts get hacked."
So yeah, all of our contracts have been thoroughly unit tested, bro. Our contracts are not hackable. Like legit. You can see on the dev team that guy over there, Derpamine. He was responsible for the security of your front end and back end on MetaMask. So like, if he didn't know what he was doing, you would all be fucked already. Like legit, the dude, that dude right there under dev team, like he's the reason your MetaMask isn't based right now. So like the contracts are safe. Like
Insane.
actual, like when you see the GitHub and everything like that, literally you'll see that he has thousands of commits to the MetaMask repos. Like done deal. Can you ask him for 2FA on MetaMask? He's no longer with MetaMask for exactly those reasons. We're actually currently building a desktop smart contract client. So like exactly these reasons, like MetaMask just was not innovating. And yeah, we know all, like, how about night mode, dude? Before two-factor authentication, like, how about we just get night mode on MetaMask, dude? Like,
eyes not get blown out at night.
You ever been up at 3 a.m. swapping on? You ever been at 3 a.m. swapping on like Mintex, dude? And just like, by the way, if no one knows about that, also Mistex, awesome exchange that lets you avoid the mempool. So Mistex, great MEV product if you're not using it already. Like, have you ever been up at 3 a.m. on Mystex and they have like a awesome native night mode front end, and then you like open your MetaMask at 3 a.m. and you're like, the light. Like, it's so bad, dude. Like, so yeah, 2FA for dude, 2FA, you're fucking cracking me up. Like, we've heard it all, bro, and like we're not even, we're like not even, dude. Yes, there's an Ingham. There is a guide on the specs for the artwork so that they will be compatible with the generator. And there are many visual guides getting cooked up that are going to go along with the product. And there will be 24-hour customer support available via the VC. So if you have a license, you will be able to talk to a real live human being who understands the nuances of the product and can walk you through any type of issue that you have with it. So
you can't get that anywhere. Can't get that anywhere where you can ask somebody. So can it do this? Like, we were talking to Chef for 6 hours yesterday, and he's just nonstop, just answering all the questions. Then Derp came in answering all. It was just insane. Like this type of connection with your product is, you can't even get that on OpenSea. Can you talk to anybody on OpenSea?
No,
is that even possible?
Pride in this, bro. We take pride in this, and we want to deliver the best for us. User experience comes first. So, like, if the user experience isn't quality, then, like, I mean, of course, the tool has to work, but like, it's all about the experience of the user. We want people to have fun using our product. We don't want it to be like something people are frustrated by dealing with. So we want questions. We want people to be able to get questions answered easily and quickly in a format that they understand. And it's a lot actually easier for us to just be available here and have people who are well trained available on voice chat to say like, oh, what? You have a question? Hang on, jump in the voice chat with us. Okay, what's your question? Do you have another one? Rather than like sending a support ticket to an email, like, I would, like, it generates enough revenue. I would rather create more jobs for people and teach more people how to answer questions and be available than have people have a poor user experience. Like, I would rather sacrifice a small amount of revenue to have a positive experience for the customers and retain customers and licensees. And like, our goal here is to build, our goal here ultimately is a marketplace that just completely crushes BrokenSea. Like, completely crushes BrokenSea. And I don't think it's going to be difficult for us, considering they put zero money into development. So, and we're all self-funded. We don't have any VC involved with us. The developers have funded the development. So, no venture capital, nothing like that. No shadowy banking group looking to take the company public. So, what's up, Gith? PGTH. What's going on, bro?
I just saw your video. Like, the concept is new and it looks awesome. And I have like a couple of questions. Like, are you guys planning for doxing yourself in the future?
Yeah, I mean, we probably won't have a problem doxing around this product. Like, it's not a security. There's no issue there. I mean, we're gonna link the GitHub, which basically like doxes the core dev, and like, like we'll have our GitHub linked. We don't plan on open sourcing all of the code because some of it is our own intellectual property that we've developed. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why we necessarily need to dox. If we think that it'll be like a benefit and help us sell the licenses, then we will. But like, I don't, like, we're willing. We've always, on all projects we've done, we're always willing to dox privately to any particular individual that's willing to sign a non-disclosure agreement. So like, if anyone wants to know who we are, like, you can of course just like, get in contact with our team, execute our mutual NDA, NCA, and then like find out who we are. But we don't intend on like putting our faces on the product and being like, this is us and the team, because like, we don't think it's really relevant to the product. So, but we have no, like, we're not hiding. You know what I mean? Like, we're not hiding. There's metadata all on the site. It was paid for with business credit cards. Like someone you can find out who we are pretty easily. Like there are plenty of people here who know exactly who we are. So it's not like we're not hiding, but we're not like objectively being like, oh, this is who we are. And like mainly that's like also for the reason that like we do make like pretty significant returns in the ecosystem just as traders. And like someone did try and like kidnap my CIO at the beginning of last year. So like just to like get his key store files and stuff like that. So it's more of like an operational security thing than it is that like we're afraid for people to know who we are. We just kind of like we prefer that we know who the people who know who the people who know who we are too. So it's kind of like docs for docs, right? Like if you want to dox yourself to me and you want to sign an NDA, like I'm happy to dox myself to you, you know?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Especially
And
with
I
internet
have
being how it is now.
And what's your other
Thank
question,
you,
bro?
Jeff.
yeah. The other question is, you told like you won't be charging any money for right after the license, and you told you guys will provide 24/7 support. Right?
Yeah, there's no
Like,
yeah,
how
yeah,
you guys will generate money then? In that case.
yeah. So basically, A, the marketplace generates revenue. B, we're taking our liquidity from the sales, and we'll be staking our liquidity from the sales. So we have enough in gross sales that the APY generated from the assets will provide enough revenue for us to do continued maintenance. In addition, the support staff is already paid by the revenue stream. Like the support staff that I have, they're all like my salary employees in an existing business stack that has existing revenue streams. So like they're already being paid regardless of whether this project is here or not. So it's just like one of the tasks on their list of things to do is provide support for this product. So like we have existing revenue streams, so we're not like really concerned because everyone's a salaried employee. So no issue for them to be able to provide customer support here for this product. And in addition, there will be, after the lifetime licenses are sold out, there will be single mint tickets and a version of the utility where people can use it without paying any upfront fee, but the utility will charge a percentage of their initial mint. And that percentage of their initial mint will be split between the license holder DAO and the development team. So that will provide a revenue stream for continued maintenance and feature creep and things like that as well. So that's the same thing with the marketplace revenue as well. So we're not like when all the licenses sell out, we have more than enough liquidity to maintain customer support until the utilities for additional revenue are completed and built out. And we'll be staking all of that liquidity as well for APY. So not concerned about those costs. I already have funds earmarked for the maintenance and continued development and customer support for this product for like the next 18 months. So it's there even if only one license sells, you know? Like we invest for the long term, bro. Like we have long paper. So it's not our first rodeo. You have any other questions?
I wanted to know like how the circulation will happen, right? Otherwise, the project will die after the revenue generation, right? So that's why I had that out. Yeah, like you guys will provide even the minting sites as well. Let's say after the contract deployment.
Yeah, so that won't launch with the initial MVP, but like all of the Miro boards and frameworks and architecture and specs are written already. And we are going to basically be providing like a landing page deployer. And we're going to work to deliver it basically in phases. So like the first version is going to be like a code snippet that you can basically use to add the wallet connect and react to your own website to just put a mint button there. The second version is going to be like basically like profile page on our website and landing page deployer. And then the third version will be like we'll ship you basically like a full HTML5 code base that you can then go and deploy on your own DNS. So yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I guess you guys cleared all my doubts. Yeah.
Yeah, and also just to note, like lifetime license holders are allowed to offer to deploy mints for people. We would hope that the license holders would communicate as a group and kind of like unionize to sort of like price fix what they offer those mints at, such that they don't, try to undercut each other or like debase the value of their underlying asset or license. And there is, of course, like an end user license agreement, which means that like if you buy there is a licensing agreement, right? So it's like there are some terms to holding that license, which like if you violate those terms, meaning like we don't want hate speech generated with our content, we don't want we don't want like hateful content, we don't want explicitly violent content, like we don't want anything that's that would damage the brand of our product being launched from the platform. So like, we do reserve the right for like to eliminate malicious behavior. You can't use the license to like make some type of website that interacts as a layer over our website and like automatically takes in people's files and then like uploads them through your device. But you can provide like a service to people or act in partnership with people that you find to do mints on our platform. So, and we'll publish some guidelines around that and things like that. So, you have any other questions?
It's something like the licensing part is something like for the personal use, right? The same we can't onboard like some other people.
The licensing is for personal use, but we will provide guidelines by which you can use the license to provide business services for other projects, if that makes sense. So like the license has limited business use. So it's an unlimited license for personal use and a limited license for business use, if that makes sense. So in other words, you like to just explain, if you work directly with someone and they want to pay you for your time to use your license, to use our tool, that is acceptable. But you cannot build and deploy a website that would automate your license being used with our tool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Yep. And you can also, because our license allows you to deploy DAOs, you could give ownership of your license to a DAO that you deployed and allow members in that DAO to have access to your license. And basically, like, so long as your activity is not devaluing or undercutting the existing value of the product we provide, we will consider it acceptable. So like, so long as you are making money on top of your license and you're not like basically underselling our services by owning one of our licenses, we'll consider it acceptable. If you're not devaluing the ecosystem and you're bringing value to the ecosystem, we consider it acceptable.
So as long as it's WAGMI, it's good.
Yeah, exactly. As long as we are going to make it, as long as we're all working together to create value, then I'm happy with you using that license to create value for yourself and generate wealth in any manner in which you see fit. If you're like, oh, I'm going to buy one of these licenses and I'm going to let everyone use my license for free to use the platform, we're going to blacklist your license. And that's on the front end. Yeah. You'll still own the license and you can sell it at fair market value on OpenSea. I can't take your NFT from you, but I will blacklist your license and require the new purchaser to effectively like KYC and say like, Yes, I purchased this license. I'm not the same. And mainly that's just so people don't devalue and cheat other license holders by basically thinking they can buy one and then give the service away to people for free. So.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, that's true. It's like
Yeah, are you?
even we need to make it, and the team should also make it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, we want everyone to make it together, bro. And like we're here. We are going to also like on our Twitter and our social media groups, like any project that's launched from our platform. Of course, we're going to provide support for that project as well, right? Like we want to see people's projects succeed. We're here as the developers to offer, our knowledge in terms of helping people with their projects. There are a lot of knowledgeable collectors here in our community and traders. So, yeah, that's what's up. Does anyone else in the audience have any questions? By the way,
It looks like Wrath has his hand up.
yeah, I invited him to the stage before, and now I'm missing my actual. No, there we go. Yeah, he's already invited to speak, dude. He should be able to come
I
up.
invited him. This has happened to me before. I think you have to, like, I'm gonna dismiss it, and I think you have to try it again.
Yeah, maybe we just invite him to speak, right?
Oh yeah. I don't see him. Did he leave?
No, it's like it doesn't.
He just picked up his hand again.
There you go. Perfect. I'll invite you.
I added.
Did you both be called in a conflict, maybe?
I'm just gonna let you do it from your end.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna just Wrath. I'm gonna literally just send you. Check your DMs. I just sent you an actual invite to the stage, I believe, like an invite to join the stage. Discord is bugging a little bit. I don't know why.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Oh, you can hear me. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, finally.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the 7 deadly sins. We have Wrath on the stage.
Oh, Wrath, what's up, man?
All good, mate. All good. Love the product. Couldn't be, right time, right place. You guys you're going to kill it. I can tell you that now. I don't have a technical question. I'm just looking for some alpha. So can you tell me where you plan to stake your money?
Yeah, so the ETH, I'm probably going to be staking it in a cauldron on Alchemist.
Okay.
So it starts at roughly 20% APY for staking wrapped ETH, but then you get up to a 10x reward multiplier for staying staked for more than 60 days. So after 60 days, you get about 200% APY on wrapped ETH, and that's like,
okay.
and it has additional security measures, being that like it deploys your own, like you're basically staked in your own contract with no one else staked in your pool. So there's like very, very low contract risk there. And that's probably like, we're bullish on ETH still long term. So that's probably where we'll be staking. And 200% APY is like just chill for me. So
it works, right? It works.
I think everybody's bullish on ETH. Has to be. But yeah, I mean, guys, it's. Can you clarify one thing for me? When you generate your project, you're selling it on your marketplace.
No. When we generate the project, we give you a contract that is a mint contract. So people will be able to mint your project directly from your contract, or you can pre-mint, and then we have basically like you can basically just like plug your smart contract address into the OpenSea API, So your project will appear on OpenSea and everything like that. And then, of course, when we finish our marketplace, everyone who's a license holder will basically be automatically verified on our marketplace as well. So,
And can you do L2 if you want? Can you deploy on Immutable and places like that?
Yeah. So the very first iteration of the MVP, like when we launch this week, it won't include being able to deploy on layer 2 solutions in the front end. If someone before we launch the feature, if someone like wants their contract deployed to a specific layer, like they can put in a request for us to do that. But within probably like we have Christmas coming up and the holidays, but probably like first thing in the new year, the licenses will allow you to deploy on any EVM compatible chain. So we'll add all of the custom RPCs so you can deploy on Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, AVAX, Moonriver, Thorchain, any EVM environment that runs on Solidity, you will be able to deploy in.
Okay, so basically, come the new year, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. And like I
Cool.
said, NFT staking contracts. So like our goal is to build this out so that even if someone wanted to use this tool to basically like deploy an NFT game, like similar to like the Fox game or the Wolf game or something like that, they would be able to use our tool to deploy a game like that where like then your tokens can be staked to earn a fungible reward token from another contract and give you the tools to deploy and manage those contracts as well.
Just need to get my thinking cap on.
Is that a raw bird I'm hearing, Chef?
Yeah, I have like a Malacca cockatoo. So she's like this all white. She's like an all white, like beautiful cockatoo, and she's very talkative. Hello, Jojo. Say hello. No.
She's like, you trying to put me on blast.
Yeah, she's shy now.
All right, guys, thanks. And the best of luck, huh?
Oh, thank you so much, Wraith. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here, bro.
Hey, Chef, when you were just maybe a little bit of a technical question, when you were saying people can mint right off the contract, are you saying that they can go to like section 5, put in the mint amount and how many tokens they want to mint, like straight there?
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah. So and then of course, like when the front end deployer comes out, or people could, of course, like there are more front end developers available, so it's a little bit easier to find like a React developer to build you a mint button on a simple landing page initially. Right. But when the landing page deployer comes, it will give you a mint button, which will basically be calling that function.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I mean, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Also enables you as the developer or the team to pre-mint some of the tokens for yourselves. So you can call the pre-mint function and mint some of the tokens for yourself. You can pause and unpause mint. And you can one time only convert the contract to a DAO. So the contract does not start as a DAO. You have to actually call a function that says, you can see that function convert to DAO, and then that basically gives over governance of the contract to the NFT holders. So for example, like a use case of having that variable is like you could turn on your mint, have 20% of the mint occur, the developer, the team, the artist takes 20% of the mint, and then they convert to a DAO, and 80% of the mint funds stay in the DAO's contract and are now governed by all of the NFT holders, right? So like, or like, someone could use this to emulate like potentially a decentralized fund structure, right? Like a 2 and 20 type of structure or something like that. So that's kind of how we thought about it when we built and deployed it, and just giving people sort of the option to choose when they become a DAO, when they convert a project to a DAO. Is that before people start the mint, or is it, at some point after? So
That's cool. And then before that, when you were saying about the minting, you could have, the communities like not trying to use whitelist anymore, like maybe like a guest list, or the thing today someone mentioned like a family list, like in your people who kind of join your Discord early and everything. You can give them access to like pre-mints, which is so cool.
Right, exactly. And that's kind of the way that would kind of be the best way to do that, right? Is like if people want to pre-mint, what you do is if people are whitelisted, right? What you do is you just have them send their ETH for the pre-sale, right? To a contract, or you have them send their ETH for the pre-sale directly to the contract. Then you just call the pre-mint function and airdrop them their NFTs.
Yeah, and that's a clean mint, because so many projects, have like breakdowns, or they have to push back their mint, and
Bro, they don't think about edge cases. So we've structured the contracts to consider edge cases, right? So it's like a lot of our
think about the.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, no, you're good. You're definitely good. No, I was just saying, not only the edge cases, but like when you're talking about the gas wars, how you guys thought about making sure that there was a queue so that people aren't fighting over, the NFT. There's a queue system, so to keep the gas price reasonable.
Yeah, it just the mints happen sequentially, effectively, right? So it's like anyone who calls a mint is just gonna get the next NFT in the series. It's not like open where the contract is trying to figure out like, okay, there are 5 people whose transactions have come in. Which NFT do I give them? Which NFT to be minted? They're pending action. Gas going up, gas going up, gas going up. It's just not logical, right? It's just like, come, call the function, get your NFT. Congratulations.
Amazing. This is mind blowing. You guys rock.
Thanks, bro. We work to build tools, right? Like it could have been easy for us to just like, there are a bunch of things we could have done. We have incredible artists. We could have just like launched our own generative collection and kind of like done a cash grab. But we like to think about like what the long-term implications, the actions that we take are going to be for the ecosystem, and like how those can how we can build things that actually better the ecosystem overall, right? Like not just like make us money, but actually like create value for everyone who's a participant. So
if I were to like look at this like a subscription, or let's say like a Tesla, like they say if you buy the car 3 years ago, every like few weeks or a few months, there's like a software like upgrade. So you guys going to be constantly like upgrading the contract, the functionality, the UI.
Yeah, because we use the tool too. Like, remember, just because we built this doesn't mean that we don't still have people who are going to call us and be like, "We want you guys to deploy our mint." This just becomes a tool that we use for our clients as well, right? Like, we're still a dev stack. There's still going to be people who call us and say, "Hey, we want a custom NFT mint deployed," and we're going to be like, "Great, cool." Like, now we don't need to spend 25 developer hours on it. We need to spend 10 developer hours on it. I mean, like, just to be honest, like, we actually already used this tool one time this week. People wanted some like a custom NFT DAO deployed, and we got the deal that they made with us was, because the tool obviously isn't finished. The deal that they made is we got $25,000 and 5% of their mint to do a single deployment. Yeah, so like that's that's available to pretty much anyone here. Can partner with people. I recommend that people take percentages of mints. It's probably going to be best since you already have the tool. It's like that's going to be the easiest.
We have the tool already, right?
You have the tool. That's the easiest deal to close, which is like, all right, cool. I'll do your mint. Give me 10 or give me 30% of your mint, right, or 20% of your mint, and fees for gas, and send me all your art, and I'll deploy it right now. And it's your job to market it, build your community, I'll handle it for you. So there are two sides, right? There's the utility for artists, and there's the utility for people who want to like, function to to help people, because a lot of artists, like even a lot of artists are still going to need help with like getting their layers organized, helping figure out the sort of tokenomics and how the ecosystem is going to function. So there's a lot of value that can be created here. And I'm stoked that we've structured in a way where it's like we're going to get enough to satisfy our desires and to keep the project running and continue to build cool things. And there's also plenty left on the table for everyone else to share in. So,
Plus the pools, the liquidity pools, just infinite money.
yeah, I mean, it really is, and like the applications for benefit projects, charity projects, all of that. I'm really excited to see what grows out of this. So I don't know. Does anyone else want to come on stage, or maybe we could flip to like the regular VC, and then if people want to talk, free to talk, ask questions. I don't know. Like, what's up, Hyperhex? I think I invited you to speak. If you want to come, you guys, Hyperhex has sick fucking art. His project is bullish, man.
Yep.
Like, I will personally be minting his project. Like, I will personally be minting 100%. Like, so I invited you to speak, Hyperhex. I don't know if Discord is just being a total derp. I think maybe a button pops up at the bottom that you have to click or something like that. But
is there a speaking limit?
No. Oh, I've got an Ask the Team question. Dude. Let me grab my coffee and get it to Tara. Here. Curious how the smart contract is created, then handed off securely to the project creators, as well as how to get the Web3 minting site built connected to a contract. Do you need a separate Web3 dev? Okay, so first of all, initially, if anyone needs like a React app front end, we actually have a bunch of front end devs who are in our community. And like I said, we are building a utility to automatically types of from Digital Buddhist to automatically deploy that front end site for you. How the smart contract is created and then handed off securely. We have basically we have Metal that's running the scripts with a deployer key. That wallet deploys your contract and then passes ownership of that contract directly to the message sender, which is your wallet. So basically the contract is deployed and then ownership of the contract is transferred to you. So yeah, and in terms of like the minting site and all that, like, if you want to mint, like obviously people can mint through Block Explorer. If you want to have a button for the mint, like the very first iteration is automatically going to provide you with a code snippet that you can like paste into your Wix site, or you can basically just have your web dev. But essentially, like, yes, someone would use React and Ganache to, I mean, we recommend Ganache. They would use React to basically just make that button that would send the call to to the user's MetaMask, and input the call data to trigger the mint function on the contract. So,
yo, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I requested to speak, and then I finally found the request that you guys sent me. What's up, everybody?
What up, buddy? I'm so stoked on your project, dude. The art is so unique, and like, I just love it, man. I'm really excited.
I'm telling you, I have been on phone calls all day today telling everybody about what you guys have going on, and I'm already setting up, people that I can provide the service to basically provide their smart contract for them, right? So that's there's so many elements to this project that
back it up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, dude, someone smart is gonna get one of these licenses, and they're gonna charge like 5 people 20 grand in the first, and they're gonna deploy like 5 projects, fucking, and they're gonna be like, holy shit, I just made 20 grand, and then I paid an artist and did my own project. Made like this is how I think about it, right? Is I think we were talking about the sort of like math and numbers. Like you literally only have to sell 50 NFTs at 0.1 to recoup the cost of the license. Yep. So if you get the license and you sell 50 NFTs at 0.1, you are now delta neutral on having a membership to this project, right?
On a project that is the future of the world. It's like not even just a small community. It's the future of how the world is going to operate. It's going to operate in NFTs.
Yeah, non-fungible governance, bro. These contracts, the omakavc contracts, are going and like, look, other people are gonna they're gonna be devs who come and fork contracts without using our tool for the platform. Like, we can't stop them because the code is out there, right? But like, we wrote it. It's our intellectual property. No one even thought to go through the challenge of implementing dynamic governance-based function calls in an ERC 721 contract. And I'll tell you why, which is that like it's not an easy task to do. It's not easy to fit all of that into a single smart contract. So
no, and the other thing too is that, you know, like your brand, it's gonna be like people are gonna be able, say you are somebody that buys your lifetime license, right? When you approach somebody else that is looking to mint their own project, they don't have a lifetime license and whatnot. There's going to be some sense of security knowing that it's backed up by you, by your company and your team. You know, like you don't have to worry about sketchy code like we were talking about the other night.
Yep, we have zero incentive, right? And it's like, because if we had sketchy code, it would devalue the entire project. Like, my goal is honestly for these licenses to get swooped up, and like I would like to see these licenses themselves like go to a multi-hundred ETH price floor, because I think that the value is there, right? Because it's like, if you imagine like what would you pay for a business that could make $100,000 a week with one employee?
Exactly. Millions.
What would you pay for a business that could make $100,000 a week with one employee? Like, you know, I don't know what that's worth, but like I would say like 3x multiple. That's $5 million a year.
I would say 2 times sales.
Yeah, exactly, 2 times sales.
Yeah.
What, $10 million? So like I could see these licenses. I can see these licenses easily hitting a $2 million floor. Like I'm being honest about that. Like I could see these licenses hitting a $2 million. No fucking problem, because no one who has one and is generate value for themselves is going to be willing to sell it. Why would you? So there's going to be an extremely low supply, right? And it's like, it's so simple when you think about it, how this functions is like, it's a tool that you will be able to use for life. And we're going to continue building stuff that we think is cool because that's what we have fun doing. Like, if you guys look at this is obviously like, we didn't set out building this going like, oh, let's build this to make a bunch of money. We set out building it because we were like, oh, what would be cool so that we could do more cool stuff more easily? Like, and then how do we monetize that so that we're delta neutral? Okay, great. Here it is.
And then I'm going to add to that. And then also all the revenue streams that the mints are going to be bringing in. I mean, I'm on stage here. Obviously, I want to get a pass, and you know, but I'll just be as open as you are. And then also, there's the DAO that's going to get a portion of the revenue, and then decide like how to be impactful and actually maybe even do some cool stuff. Kind of like you mentioned with that guy with the laptop, which, by the way, he came in with that, you know, with that fake profile on Twitter.
Funny, dude. That dude's a total rugger, dude.
One laptop per child or something,
bro. Lives American dev living in Thailand. Fucking AI fucking thing. Doesn't want to admit that he lives in Sukhumvit. I creeped him out, right? When I was like, "What? You live in Sukhumvit, right?" He's like, He's like,
And then you started speaking the
Dude,
language. He was like,
he
yeah,
broke
you
out the
know,
tie. He broke
yeah,
out
he
the
broke the
tie.
tie.
Ding mo, putara gang mak, Leo. Mami ben hot. Bad
He was like,
doing
oh
putara
shit,
gang mak.
he's on to me.
Bro, I speak fluent Thai, dude. Like I literally have my Thai, like I have like full blown Thai family. Know the princess of Thailand, dude. Like I go to Thailand and I'm just, bro, it's everything. Like, bro, people let me sleep in their hotels for free in Thailand, dude. They're just like, oh,
That's
Farang Gang
dope.
Mak, Farang Gang Mak,
Yeah, my
dude. So
cousin, he was a doctor down in Thailand. Real quick story. He was a doctor down in Thailand. So he was in medical school and he like spent a year after medical school. So he goes to one of the islands in Thailand and he's like, I ran out of cash. So I became a doctor there. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, they put up a sign. They said 100 USD for US doctor or 20 USD for Thai doctor. And everybody used to go to him because he just spoke
of
American.
course, bro, he had a line out the door, dude.
Out the door.
Out the door, bro, taking $100 bills in Thailand. He's like, "Fuck, I just paid my rent in fucking 2 hours."
Yep,
He's
2 hours.
like,
Yep.
paid my rent in 2 hours. Like they're still coming. What the fuck? He's like, I'm going to get some Pit Non Plat. Like, going to get some
Yeah.
Pat Say You, bro. So yeah, I mean, we basically like we built this product to just open up this space, and like I think that it's gonna create a lot more high art. Like I'm looking forward to seeing collections with fucking 1,000 traits. You know what I mean? Like collections with
Easy
1,000
now.
traits.
It's easy
And I
now.
think
Yeah.
it's easy now, and I think that also the marketplace is bigger. Like I think we're gonna see a shift. I think we might see a shift to like, especially with these DAO functions, like bigger communities and lower price mints and more traits. Like I think we might see things where there's like 20,000 series that are only 0.001, but they all get minted out, right? And
So
it's a
I was
bigger
actually part
community.
of yeah, you're right. So like that's what I'm looking for. And yes, I'm looking at market trends. So I agree with you. I think that the mint prices we have to think about is network effect. And I just bought like 40 or 50 of these packs. So what they did was they had a zero cost to mint. The only thing you had to do was pay the gas.
Yep.
And it's these puzzle punks. So you buy a pack and there are pieces to punks. So you can puzzle together the type of NFT you want it to look like. So you're
Yep.
in charge. So
Yep.
then you have that, and then there are different packs that come along the way, so then you're in that kind of ecosystem, and they want trading to occur with different parts, not only
It's
packs.
freemium. It's the freemium model, bro. They're focused on the
Exactly.
freemium model, which is like,
Exactly.
come join us, become part of the community. It's Fortnite, bro. Like you don't have to pay anything
Precisely.
to get the game, but there's all types of stuff that you can pay for once you're there to upgrade and show your status and like what level of the game that you're at. And some of it you earn by playing, some of it you have to pay for, and that's kind of like I agree that we're gonna see a lot of things like that, and we're gonna see a lot of like larger community free mint, but where the revenue from the project is generated from the trade volume on OpenSea and having a higher royalty, right? So it's like there's a 10% royalty, but everything mints for free. And then there's enough transaction volume of people saying like, well, I want to sell this one and get that one, or I want to get that one and trade for this one. And then all of that occurring ends up creating volume that allows the team to create revenue. Because it's like if you imagine like the volume on 100,000 pieces selling for 0.1, if you do a free mint, is the same amount of money you make on 100,000 pieces selling for 0.01, right?
Yep.
So it's like you have this effect where you're like, okay, well, I want to make 100,000 0.01, and but those are going to change hands a bunch of times over and over again, and then you can like release updates and new pieces of the collections and stuff like that. So, and it also enables people to create more cool like free collections, free drops, secondary drops for their community because there's no additional dev debt.
I would say, and it's easy. Like you literally just Click, click, click. There you go.
Boom. Yeah, anyone who's in here who didn't see the video yet, there's the stage chat that's just like, yeah, it's gonna be. It's oh my god, stage chat's going nuts, dude. By the way, like I think you get like bonus like server roles for posting Gordon Ramsay gifs, dude. Like Gordon Ramsay is my idol right now. I'd be like, dude, where's the idiot sandwich? Oh, this one's so good, dude. Look in the stage chat, dude. Hey, what's up, Wes? It's one of my favorite memes, dude. What are you? An idiot sandwich.
I know she was mortified.
Yeah, and and we're talking to like we have a grant program where we like will grant individual mints to a certain like strategic partner artists. So like I've been in discussion with some artists that I know and like people that I think help bring attention to omakavc itself and like the marketplace and the brand, which then by proxy will bring attention to the projects that are minted using omakavc, right? So it's like looking at getting in contact with people like Alex Gray or Android Jones, with this dude, the dude from Feels Good Man, the guy who created Pepe. My friend directed Feels Good Man, so contacting her to see if we can offer him a grant, and so he could do like the first licensed and original generative Pepe mint. So
Wow.
things like that. That like we have
Win
like some
Lambo.
set
Win
asides for
Lambo.
strategic partnerships.
Yeah, that's like
So-
mass adoption right there. That's major. Everyone knows Pepe.
Yeah, and like something that's like created by the original artist who created him, like and it's his first generative mint ever. That has value, right? Like that's valuable. So those types of things, and just like putting the tools in the places where they're needed. Like anyone who's seeing this now, I think people are starting to realize it can be sub DAOs and how like these can even be used to like create communities for like communities of communities as well, right? And I think that's where it's going to really get interesting and super fun. Is there anyone who's in the audience who wants to just come up here and join the conversation? Like share any thoughts that have come up or any ideas that this has given you as you've been listening to this. Like, and some of you guys have some awesome PFPs for real. Some awesome PFPs.
I was thinking for holders of the space jellies, I was actually thinking like doing something where if you're a creator and you're a holder of a space jellies, you get like a massive discount on minting or on smart contract development.
Good idea. Great idea.
Like that could be like, I'm sure that could be set up.
Like I said, you can give ownership.
That turns your whole project into a plug.
Yeah, really.
And that's what we want, bro. We want people to be sharing and spreading value, And that's it. Oh, Doje, we got someone looking to talk. What's up, Doje? 1 second. I will approve you. Hello, sous chef Doje. I think it's hard for people to figure out like where the button is. Oh, there you go. He's got it. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? Glad to be. Thanks for inviting me to the stage.
Yeah, of course, man.
I've been appreciating the listening experience. It seems like a great project. I just actually was able to join in maybe a couple hours ago, and I was a bit late to this, I guess, live stage AMA. I'm just wondering, as I learn more about the project and stuff, will there be another AMA live stage in a few days?
I'm going to be literally running stages every day until the public mint goes live. I've paused all of my margin trading activities. I only have one long still open, which actually now you're making me want to go check it.
Okay. glad I reminded you.
Because it's big and naughty. But let's see, where am I at? Am I liquidated? Oh God, it's close. Hold on.
Holding on by a thread.
Yeah, it's holding on by a thread, dude. Let's see, 1 hour. Please tell me we didn't. No, I'm good. No, we're good. We pumping. They're trying. They're trying to stop hunt me so bad on the. They're really trying to sweat me on this position, dude. Like an exchange, dude. So yeah, basically, you know, I've paused all my trading. I only have, like I said, one position open. I'm not doing any trades. And so I'm basically just wholly focused on educating people on this product right now. The devs are on it and working. And we're just going to be here in the live chats, just keeping people apprised, answering questions. You may not have caught that, like, we do have like a pretty comprehensive moderator and like admin staff here for the project. Tira is here, and she has direct access to me at any time. So if there's a question that she can't answer, it gets forwarded to me right away. I'm 100% team no sleep. Like, I'm a full blown DGen myself.
Yeah.
So I'm usually online most hours of the day. And like, yeah, we just really want people to be questions answered so they can make like I always say, rational action requires evidence, right? So we want to be able to present people with all of the evidence they need to be able to take rational action around this project. So
Perfect. Thanks for answering my question. I just have a couple of follow-up questions as well. I'm not
as
sure if
many
I
as you want,
missed.
dude. No
Okay,
dumb questions,
perfect.
only dumb answers, bro. Keep asking.
Okay, hopefully you don't give any of those. No, but I was just wondering what the member role gives. I was looking around in the channels, but couldn't really find anything, if there's any benefits or anything like that for the member role.
Yeah, so basically the sous chef member role that you have is required to be eligible for one of the sous chef roles, or the master chef roles are required to be eligible for the pre-sale application. And sous chef is also required to be eligible to apply for a grant, right? So basically, that's, as of right now, we are going to add like additional features and things like that as well. Like, I wanted to note all of the artists and all of the artists, because there may be people who come here who want to do a generative NFT mint, and have the liquidity to acquire market yet. So that
Sorry,
makes
you just cut out for a little bit. I didn't want to have you keep going.
Yeah, you
I don't
broke
know.
Oh
up for a
yeah, can you
second.
hear me now?
Yeah, we
Where
can hear
did I
you.
cut out?
You talked about how there would be like grant applications for the sous chef or master chef role, and then you moved on to talking about how people might have liquidity for, and then you cut off there.
Oh, what I was saying is someone might come to this project who just wants to like hold one of these NFTs for its numismatic value, or maybe has an idea for a project and they have liquidity, but they're looking for an artist, right? So the sous chef role identifies you as an artist. So essentially, someone else who's a license holder could come to you and be like, "Hey, I have an idea for something that I want you to create art for. So will you create art for me for my collection?" Right? And it's just as of right now, it's just so that people who are creators and artists can identify. And then like there will be some that come for people who have roles in those capacities coming down the line. And like something that I haven't really mentioned or loosely touched on it, but the generative art in our NFTs like has a number of Easter eggs hidden in it. And there is going to be, like, after the mint occurs, there is going to be like a sort of digital treasure hunt that goes on inside of those Easter eggs.
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we're doing our best to like just make the whole ecosystem fun, right?
For
And
sure.
like create ways that people can stay engaged and interact, and create like a diversity of causes for wanting to own or hold one of these NFTs, right? So there is like the primary use case, which is access to the tool, but there are a number of other reasons that licenses and like things that they give you access to. Besides the fact that like just based on like the starting mint price of the license, like it's going to filter the community that appears in here. There are only 1,000 spots available in this community, right? and like the entry is it's not like it's the entry fee isn't a Lambo, but definitely a Prius. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
that means that like we're going to attract a certain level of community member, which is, not just about the liquidity you have. We didn't price it so high so that it's like you have to be super rich to be here, but it does mean that you've attained like a certain level of success in blockchain, and that means that like your knowledge is probably not just limited to being an artist, right? It means like you had to meet a certain level to be part of this omakavc DAO and part of this omakavc community, right? And that's
Confidence is rewarded.
yeah, and it provides a great filter, right? That means like there's going to be a hole that leaks in this community beyond just the tool that people have access to. Like there's already been some significant leaked in like the trading chat and some of the signals and stuff like that, and like that's where I think like there's going to be a whole other value. So there may be people who want to purchase this NFT just to have access to see what projects are people working on,
Yep.
right? What are people doing from this platform, and how can I be in on it early? So there's a multiplicity of values that emerge out of this project, and that's really like what we're focused on. Is like, I used to be like really into organic agriculture, and like I own some organic farms and stuff like that, and in permaculture design, we talk about stacking functions in time and space, right?
Okay.
So we're looking to create an ecosystem that has functions, multiple functions for single components and multiple components within single functions, right? And so like that's part of the core ethos of like our sort of top level holding company dev stack that created this product, right? Is stacking functions in time and space. So we got another person who'd like to come to the stage. But what up, dope? Come on back, buddy. Yeah, so that's really like where we're at. Is we really like we're committed to decentralization. Like, bro, I was in Mt. Gox. Like I held BTC. I held BTC from $1,400 back to like 100. Like technically, it went to $65, but most of the order books will show you like 140. And then like held it all the way through 2017 and 2018, all the way back down to 3,500. Was doing OTC transactions for people at like $3,500, helping fill. And like I believe in the technology. Like when I first saw Bitcoin and I saw that I could do peer-to-peer money transfer without a middleman, that was something that I could get behind. And so it's like I believe in the vision of a decentralized future when it comes to resources, power, governance, infrastructure, and that's really what we're pushing towards. And so like a big part of omakavc is like I looked at the branding kind of this. Originally omakavc was actually two separate projects that we were working on that actually ended up becoming the same project. And omakavc was originally going to just be like a generative art and treasure hunt, like the search for Master Chef Masatoshi's secret ingredient that was stolen by the Bogdanov bros, right? And so there's like some transmedia content that's developed around that and stuff that we'll be showing you guys. And like that's how it originally started. Is I was literally going to do like a blockchain treasure hunt, right? And then like I realized that there was this missing utility, and we were building this utility, and then I was like, dude, let's just make these one thing and put it out there. And like the whole, I guess, idea behind omakavc is that it's a shot at like OpenSea being kind of like the high school cafeteria of NFTs, and we think of ourselves like the fine dining, right? And we also like we have a whole bunch of other series of generative art that are actually going to be dropped to people who actually create collections using the utility. So like when you create a collection, you're actually going to get like a very limited chef PFP style generative NFT. And the only way that you'll get access is by actually holding a license and using that license to actually deploy a mint that actually gets a certain number of successful mints, right?
Yeah.
So like
that makes
NFTs
sense.
that you can't buy, generative art that you can't buy, collaborations, artists, drops of NFTs directly from our own team of artists as well. So, I mean, we're just having fun with this. We think this is like, I like looked at the NFT space and I was like, man, there's a lot of shitty JPEG Ponzi's going on. Like, I'm gonna fucking big dick the whole room. Like, that's literally what I thought, bro. I was like, I'm literally just gonna big dick this entire space right now. Watch this. Like, hold my beer, dude. Hold my beer.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Straight up, hold my beer, dude. And like, bro, I've dropped like, we've invested besides our developer hours, like we've invested significant dev debt into this in terms of like the art, the server infrastructure. I don't think there are really any leaks of that. We've kept the generative art for the project like pretty damn tight. Like there've been a couple little places where it showed up a couple times, but like we've got a pretty damn cool concept for our generative art. And it's like, it's not profile pics. It's something different. And like, I think people are going to have a lot of fun with it. So.
Perfect. That's great to hear. I know Dope's been here for a while. I do have one more question, but I'd like to
Keep
just
asking, bro. No, bro, you're good.
Yeah, you're totally good. Keep going.
Yeah, keep going, bro. I love questions. Like,
no.
It's
I was just
when
saying,
people ask me questions and when I have to just explain. You know?
Yeah. No, I know. I think maybe I'll let Dope go first, and then I'll just sit in my thoughts for a few minutes while he asks his question, and then I'll be back on in a couple of minutes after he's done, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was just I was just gonna say I was gonna hop. I was gonna get some sleep. I'm on the East Coast or in New York, so it's kind of late for me.
Brutal, bro.
But
It's late.
yeah, it's all right.
It's 2:50.
Yeah. Futures are looking good though for tomorrow morning, so I'm fine. I'll be up at like 6 a.m. But what's it called?
Futures are looking good. I love it, bro.
Oh yeah, 6 p.m. Sunday. I'm ready to go. What I was gonna say, you were saying Easter eggs, and I kept thinking Ready Player One. Is this what you're thinking about, or what's going on over there?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're gonna get a decent chunk of liquidity that comes in from all these mints going out, right? And so, like, part of that is going to go into basically like the sort of puzzle game that we've created. I don't want to talk too much about it because I want people like there's enough to know that there are puzzles in the NFTs, and like think like Cicada 3301, Ready Player One, like get the keys to a wallet at the end of the day. Like someone's gonna get the keys to a wallet that's kind of juicy, you know?
Amazing.
Yeah. We had to throw, dude. Like it's like I said, there's a whole like we've developed some transmedia content, and like it's gonna evolve as it goes, bro. And like the let's put it this way, like something very special is going to occur with the royalties, a chunk of the royalties on the slips, right? To be some very, but that's I don't, like I said, I'm not going to leak too much. You guys are going to have to mint the slips and find out what's going on, and like decipher the cipher, dude.
Sounds like treasure chest to me, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Exciting.
And it's like, you know, we're working on some cool things in the back end that are like we can't promise them because we don't know if they'll succeed. Like I'm working on some things like front ends that allow like geofence minting and things like that as well, right? Like where like, you know, you could have a website that you have to share the location with, and like you have to be in the proper geofence location, and then like if you're in the right location, you're able to mint and things like that. So
that's cool. Crap. That's like Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, like, dude, these are just the things I think. Like, I see stuff like that. I'm like, oh, Pokemon Go. Okay, cool. So there's gonna have to be some type of geofence minting tool. Okay, how's that gonna work? All right, do we have the skills to build that? Answer: yes. Like, okay, cool. Like,
when you have funds, everything becomes doable.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Prime? Someone down there have a hand up?
I think so. Yeah, we got a Prime Monica Ape. You can come on up when you're ready.
on The Price is Right.
Is it cool if I chime in while we
Yeah,
wait for
go
the
ahead,
next?
dude.
Cool.
Go ahead and talk, dude. I run an open stage, so I literally tell people like if interrupt me because I can always keep my train of thought. So like if someone interjects or says something, like I can easily just go back and pick up left off. So I'd rather hear from people because otherwise, bro, you can probably tell. Like I
Gotcha.
talk all day. So
That's Master Chef level because I forgot already. What
That's
were we
okay.
talking about again? Why are we here?
You're a good speaker, so we don't mind if you talk so much.
what is this shit? Is this peanut butter?
All right, how do I mute this guy?
raw.
Hold on. No, but my next question, I guess, and I guess my last question right now is: you mentioned like reimbursements or applications for funds. I'm assuming that's not for access to the actual collection. Is that correct? That's for projects after the fact.
So hold on. You said reimbursement. So like you're talking about grants.
Oh yeah, sorry,
For
grants. Yes,
artists?
grants is the right word. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have different levels of grants. Like some artists might qualify to actually get a slip or a license. But that would be like just so you guys know, like literally I've got video of my CIO like literally explaining what a smart contract was to Beeple in 2015 in Miami. So like the licenses are going to be for like super value added, and at the same time I don't want any artists to be limited to not being able to provide if they have all their art together and all their tools. Like my goal is to be able to provide solutions so that artists can have access to getting their project minted, right, and creating that revenue. And I would hope that some of them would, if they get a grant which does not include a slip, does not include a lifetime license, I would hope that if it's successful and they get revenue, that they would want to purchase a license after that, right? But
Yeah.
the grant program basically just provides access to the tool to accomplish the mint. It doesn't provide like they don't actually get a lifetime license unless I feel that like that unless we feel that like the added value of that artist is so high that them holding a license is going to increase the overall value of all the other licenses as well, right? So it's like, dude, if Jay-Z shows up and is like, I want to do a generative art mint, I'm gonna be like, here's a fucking license, dude. You're fucking Jay-Z. Like, yes, like here's
Jiggy
a
man,
slip.
you
Put
heard?
that shit in your wallet. Yeah, put that shit in your wallet with your ENS address. And like, fuck yeah, I want you holding one of these things.
Yeah, fuck it.
'Cause I
Take
also-
three. Take three.
Well, because I also know that like people at a certain level aren't going to have the incentive to like sell the license, right, for additional revenue. Like that's kind of like so that's it. But we have multiple tiers of the grant program that people can apply for, and like it goes through basically like our internal team's review until all of the licenses are minted. And once all of the licenses are minted, that grant process is going to be up to the DAO. And I'm going to let the community decide how those grants are issued. So
Perfect. That's that definitely answers my question. Thanks for taking the time to do that.
hey Prime, you're up on stage. Can I you got any questions? Bro or ma'am? Bro or miss? My brother. Do you know D-Way? No? Monica Ape, you are muted. Do you know D-Way? I know D-Way.
Follow me, Grafiki no do
Right? Dude. No, and I'm also interested to see if like anyone is smart enough to get
Okay.
this product and then also like get a license on and then like get a license. I think their connection was bad. And then get a license for something like the Jetsons or like a Hanna-Barbera project or like there's just gonna be cool stuff that comes up, right? Like there are gonna be people who like figure out that there are like classic art, like public domain stuff or things like that are gonna be like that are gonna get big, bro.
I'm going to pull all my resources I know a lot of people.
Like, you know who I would love to see do a mint on the platform is like Childish Gambino, dude. Donnie Glover, dude,
Mm-hmm.
would be sick. Anyone else in the audience have any questions?
Yo, another question that popped in. Does this service offer support for on-chain art and like on-chain storage?
Sorry, can you? I just had a little thing pop up. Can you say that again?
Your girlfriend something? It's amazing.
Well, like she's like I have like 2 EAs, and then we have like a personal assistant too. So she does like the grocery shopping and the, like whatever the basic stuff, so that like I don't ever get. I mean, obviously, like if I'm gonna do stuff like this, right? Like if I had to be like, hey guys, I gotta end the voice chat so I can go to the grocery store, like wouldn't be very efficient,
Right. I got to get some milk and some eggs. Talk to you guys later. What I wanted to hear was HyperHex about his project. His art is pretty dope.
Dude, his project is so fucking bullish, you guys. Like, I actually think that he's gonna have like one of those projects that actually moons, because like the art is just, it's an aesthetic, right? It's a vibe.
Right.
It's a vibe, dude. And it's gonna
I appreciate it, man. It's just, it's a one artist project. It's fun, it's lighthearted, and right now we're doing like community trait submissions. So I'm basically having people submit like what they like, if they have like some weird eyes that they want to see on a space jelly. Like somebody in the other day put like, I want to see salami eyes. So I did a salami eye trait, and then the trait gets to be named after them. So I'm really just trying to involve the community, and so they have a thumbprint with like the whole project. And yeah, it's a work in progress, but I'm actually working on them. I'm kind of quiet right now because I'm actually just polishing up all of the art right now.
Yeah, bro. I think that the way that like it's like like you said, it's kind of a happy accident that you end up going about things that way, bro. But I think that like the level of community engagement and the fact that people are gonna feel like the demand for minting based on that fact, because people feel like they had a process, they had a hand, like you said, a thumbprint in co-creating the project, I think is super bullish, bro, because people have ownership, right? Like they don't just have possession, they have ownership.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's funny. Like you said, it was a happy accident, because the reason I started doing that was because I was in the process of, trying to find a smart contract developer, and I was just lucky enough to hear the master chef here in one of these spaces. I mean, I've been waiting for like 2 hours to show my project in this Twitter space, and he went like probably three people before me, and that was like my main question. I'm like, guys, I'm just looking for a smart contract developer that's gonna like create a safe contract for me, and then that's basically why I'm here now.
So awesome, bro. I'm so happy. Like, I mean, that's like when you know that you're on the right path. Things are just like, they just harmonize, right? Like things just happen serendipitously that end up making it work out, right? And you're like,
everything just lines up.
For sure.
This is it.
It's flow, bro. It's not. It's
Yeah.
not you're not having to like push done.
Yeah, exactly. And
It just got done. It's gonna take like 3 seconds.
yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to come over and like submit a trait, I mean, I'm doing the first 100 members get to submit a trait, because it's a lot of work. Like, it's a lot of art. It's just me creating each trait, by hand. But it's if you guys want to come over and get a trait named after you, feel free to join. I mean, I hope it's cool that I'm shilling, but
that's the point of this space, is that we want people to be able to come up on this stage. Like, this stage is going to be open for every license when they have their own project ready to launch. And people are going to be able to come up here and say, yo, this is my project. Like, I'm shilling it to the community. And the best thing is, you're going to have at least 1,000 people in here.
Yep.
Guaranteed, who are going to want to support your project.
It's the network. It's the network, man.
Right? And it's like that's how we're going to help everyone level up, right? Like, the rising tide will lift all ships. And yeah, bro, I mean, I'm going to come personally and suggest a trait, dude, because like I want a fucking master chef fucking trait, dude. Like, I want like
this that says Master Chef Masatoshi, man. That would be so sick.
Yeah.
Chris, it was funny. I was messaging Chris today. I was like, dude, I just spent an hour redoing all of the shine on like the jellies. I'm like, what do you think? Which version do you like better? And he's like, oh, I like the first one better. And I was like, oh my god, like I just saved the entire file, and now so I went back, and now everything's finally redone. But it's been a lot of fun working on this, and I've been meeting.
I'm looking at the jellies again right now, dude, and this shit is so based, dude. How many traits do you have in total?
Dude, I've got like over. I mean, there's hundreds, man. So the way that I did it, it's all written out in my roadmap. But I've got so there are like base traits, and then within each trait, there's like different color combinations and stuff like that. But now that people are submitting all of these traits that they're submitting, they're all one-off traits. There's no like color variations within them. So it's really, I mean, I've got a lot of traits. Like, all these are going to be basically rare NFTs,
dude. So yeah, they're going to all be very unique, right? And it's just
I'm super thrilled. I'm super pumped, and like
very high quality too. The quality is that's another thing too, right? If we start getting projects here that are all releasing at this type of quality, it's going to be like, not only is the platform good for what it does, but the art is good too. So it's like never ending marketing.
Well, bro, when you alleviate developmental debt, right? When developmental debt is alleviated, that allows us to focus on what they're good at.
Yep.
Like, you heard when we were in Twitter Spaces, I don't know if you're there, this dude GT came on, and he was basically like, fuck, I wish this was here a month ago. He's like, the last 3 weeks I've been talking to devs. And he just sounded like an artist who was out of his wheelhouse.
Yep. And he was probably working around the clock trying to figure out how to do some shit that is this program does in 5 minutes. Like I watched Derp do it in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and it
dude,
took him
and you see
hours.
bro, you see his level of confidence, right? And dude, we're here. Like, if there's something that the program, then guess what? We have developers. So if you want a special feature and you're a license holder, like, we'll give you access counted development services. Something special, you need a special contract whipped up for you and deployed, like, no problem. We're here. Tell us what you want. Put in a request. We'll get it done. We might charge you for an a la carte menu item, but like, you get it done, and you're gonna have literally a top tier dev stack. Finish it for you guys, like, on time. Get your project out, like, so easy, dude. So
Without
It's
any
just
of the hassle of a random offshore dev.
yep. And because we know you're a license holder, we can just be like, oh, when they're done, let us know.
No,
We'll
you
let
just
you
cut
know
off.
when
What'd you
we're ready
say?
for deployment. You pay us on deployment. You already made your deposit because you have a license. Thanks. Like, so simple.
Mhm.
Like, anything a la carte like that is easy. You already have a table, you know? So, just once again, I want to offer to anyone who's in the, like, any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to raise your hand and come on up on stage. Tell us what you're thinking, what you're looking for, and if you have any, any input or any ideas, wonder if there's anything we've thought about. We're here to answer questions, and yeah, that's it.
sick.
Cool. Actually, just one follow up. When do you guys have like a projected date or timeline for the on chain data integration for the service?
For the on-chain data integration, I mean, it'll definitely be Q1 of next year.
Okay.
Our goal would be to have it done by end of January, probably. We could, like, if that was something custom that you want done, like, for us to help you get all of your data on chain and then generate that base URI, like, we could do it as an request for you before that. We're just, like, our entire team just kind of like doing our Voltron thing. We were all countries and spread out around the world, and by end of year we're all going to be back at base where we're like working directly with each other. We just hired 2 new Solidity devs, both of whom arrived to the mothership you know right after Christmas. Basically, they're just doing Christmas holidays with their families, and then coming back, getting back on site. So we'll be able to accelerate a little bit faster once we're all in one place together. And yeah, I just that's kind of where we're at with that. Like, I do have a dev right now. One of our devs has enough free time that, like, if you had a license and you wanted like, your shit done, you wanted your an on-chain URI for your metadata, then, like, we have a dev that, and the way that works is, like, for license holders, we basically charge people at cost effectively for dev hours, but, like, you go in a queue effectively. But I do have one dev who would be, and is that what you want to do, on-chain SVG for your collection?
Yeah, it's a thought. Yeah, I have a group of people that's kind of in the works of getting things done on chain with another dev right now, but I might let them know about this project and ask them, hey, like, this is available if you guys want to delay the launch by a few weeks or something, and work
The
with
best thing about our tool is it lets you change your base token URI
okay.
until you revoke ownership of the contract. So you could technically use this tool to upload on IPFS, and then once you have all the data, then you could, like, create the on-chain token URI and then embed it into the contract, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm not a dev, but that was understandable for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's we shied away from it because it's like it can be very, very costly, and like we consider IPFS to be a valid decentralized solution. So that's our take.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you.
And for some projects, we even advocate like there's some really, really cool stuff that we've been doing that will actually put like HTML5 animation files inside. If you centralize your metadata, you can literally have like a game playable on open, if that makes sense.
That didn't make sense, but that sounds crazy.
check out Crypto Masks, bro. If no one's seen that project, it's a good example of how you can have like an interactive image.
Oh, is that the one where like the pic, like you move your mouse and the pixels like change around it? Is that the right one?
No, that's another one that does the same thing with.
Oh, you're cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
This one actually has 2 joysticks, and you can actually move a 3D character around a 3D world. And they actually even have like a server so that like multiple players can join the same server and interact with each other inside the NFT.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and
Crypto Masks, right? Is that the one, or is that a different one?
Crypto Masks.
Okay.
So if you go to OpenSea, you can literally play the game right there on OpenSea in the image. So just cool things that can be done. Like decentralized metadata isn't the panacea for every project, right? Like where I would consider decentralized metadata like really important is if you're going to like buy a Picasso and burn a Picasso and then mint it into an NFT. Like you would want that to be an on-chain SVG.
Yeah. And for the supply of omakavc, is there any plans to increase supply ever in the future, or will it be capped at 1,000 forever?
So there will be a cap of lifetime licenses at 1,000 licenses that are available for the public. But once those 1,000 licenses are minted, if the DAO wanted to create a governance proposal, for example, for us to mint some type of annual license or something like that, or a quarterly license, then we would leave that to the community to decide whether or not they wanted to supply. But we have no plans from our side of inflating the supply of lifetime licenses at all.
Got it. Okay.
But like if the community got together and was like, hey, we think it would be there are a lot more people who want access to this tool. We don't want to sell them. We think it would be cool if we offered quarterly licenses. So we want to offer quarterly licenses and we want to be minted for X amount. We would be like, all right, cool. Well, we can do the dev on that. We want 20% of the sale, and the rest of the 80% of the sale can go back to the original DAO. Yeah. And then like, boom, contract deployed. Now there are quarterly licenses, and that's a way that the DAO could choose to like bring in new revenue, for example, if they thought the demand was there. So
as for the dynamics of the DAO, how much control does the DAO really have? Like, for example, are the team, like the dev team for omakavc or the core team for them, are they able to veto anything proposed by the DAO?
Not so. The project won't convert into a DAO until all of the minted, and once all of the licenses have been minted, it's our perspective that that the DAO even has the ability to fire us as the core dev team. So, like the DAO could literally fire us as the core dev team, although we would still retain ownership of like our intellectual property and the brands that we own and stuff like that. So if they wanted to fire us, like they would have to know like, well, there's a chance we might come back and say like, okay, cool, but brand, like you got to pay us an annual licensing fee or something like that. But overall, no, like our goal is to basically turn the project over to the community at that point so that you guys can choose like how it evolves and grows. Basically, our thought process behind that is that like we don't have our ideas. And that means that by turning it over to the community, we actually think that we will gain the greatest benefit. And whether or not we remain as like the core dev team is based on like a meritocracy and like have we created value, but it also enables the DAO to hire additional developers to build tools that they want to see built besides us, right? So
Yeah. Perfect.
our goal is for an actually fully decentralized solution. So
Yeah, and the only reason I asked that question is because I know of a lot of DAOs and the dynamics that they have, and they don't have as much power as they really should as a DAO. So I appreciate you putting trust in the community's hand for decisions.
yeah, and also that's a big difference too, right? Is like our DAO is actually on chain. We're not using a snapshot. You can go and look at the contracts, and they have the dynamic function calls. Like the DAO could actually vote to pay a developer, you know, to do a task.
Yeah.
Like the DAO can actually like manage its own liquidity, manage its own funds, pay for marketing, pay for, you know, I would hope like the first things that I would hope is that I have some proposals that I myself am going to submit to the DAO once it is a DAO, but I'm not going to implement those things unilaterally before the project becomes a DAO. Like I would like to see the DAO stake at least a percentage of its oncoming revenues such that eventually like the yields from those revenues could afford lifetime license holders gasless deployments or a certain number of gasless deployments per year, if that makes sense.
Yep, that makes sense.
So, yep.
Cool. That's all the questions I had. Sorry for all of the questions. I know.
No, it's awesome, man. And that's like we also like this is like one of the things that we didn't notice. We actually have an ENS domain specifically for the DAO's contract address, but we won't be able to add that ENS as the DAO's contract address until the project to a DAO. So like my first proposal upon flipping to a DAO is going to be that it acquires that ENS domain from us and adds that ENS domain as the DAO's registry, right?
Did
It seems like my
did
very first proposal.
Did you go to Handshake to get the root directory?
It's 5 emojis, so it's not.
Oh, I saw it
Nice.
actually. I looked at the contract.
The
It was the
Unicode?
first thing. It was like Japanese food, right? I think that's what it is. Like,
So the bento boxes are the
Yeah.
employer address, but we actually also have the 5 receipts for the contract address. That's the other super cool thing about our contracts is that because we actually updated them so that the owner of the contract can before converting to a DAO in the contracts that are actually deployed. And what that means is that you can actually give your NFT contract an ENS name if you want to.
That's cool.
Right?
yeah,
Dude,
that's cool.
right, bro? Come on. So your collection can actually own your collection can actually have its ENS name. If that makes sense. So like you could like Hyperhex is going to launch Space Jellies, and he could literally have like spacejellies.eth as the actual ENS of his contract address.
Which is more validation.
Dude,
Jelly.
and it also allows people to like really tell if they're interacting with the right contract, right? Because someone might make a fake or a copy contract, but like you can be like, check the ENS. Our valid contract has name xyz.eth, right?
Yep.
You know, so if people want to form DAOs and stuff, then it's like, and it's also really easy for like people want to form a DAO and someone wants to pay money to the DAO for some type of business service or anything like that, right? Then people can really easily be like, yeah, send your transaction to basedasfuckDAO.eth. You know?
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that was like that's just groundbreaking to me that you can have a contract, that you can have your NFT contract have an is kind of like,
Yeah, I've heard
And it
several
makes
people
sense,
talking
right?
about that all the time. They talk about it, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have the functionality yet. We don't have it yet. We'll have it soon.
yeah, we'll have it soon.
We'll have it
Got
soon.
him, Poppy.
Got him. Yep.
You know
Got
what?
him,
It just hit me.
Poppy.
It just
You
hit
don't know
me.
the way. You don't know the way.
You just created the ultimate blue check mark that OpenSea was trying to like be the centralized thing where, you know, they try to make sure that the contract or the project is like real, and they had some sort of stupid metric and they kept like changing it on people so they couldn't get the blue check mark. But by this, you have an
Add your-
actual verified
add
ENS.
your
Boom.
ENS, sign a transaction from your contract to the ENS, and now you're verified.
Boom shakalaka laka, boom shakalaka.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
I told you we thought about the edge cases, dude. Like we were like, how can like, dude, it's like to me that's super based, bro. Because like, are you even gonna want to buy a collection that doesn't own their own
No,
after this?
no. It's gonna be like
Right?
one of those cheesy sites that has like an extra O or whatever.
Right, exactly, dude.
Yep.
It's just gonna be like some fugazi shit, dude. It's just
He
some
said
like, is it for
Fugazi.
real or is it some fugazi, bro? Like, get out of here.
Put him in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Bro,
All right, guys.
so
I gotta hop. It's 2:30
yeah,
now.
dude, it's good talking to you, man.
yo,
it's great to
it was
meet
awesome
you, dude.
meeting you,
So
talking
stoked
to all of
to
you
be part of the
guys.
community, man.
Have a good
Yeah,
window.
thank you, Chris. Great
So-
meeting you. Great talking. Hyperhex. I'm bullish on that mushroom thing you might be putting together.
Oh,
Dude,
dude,
so
you know I'm gonna
bullish.
make psychedelic mushrooms for you, bro.
Oh,
That'd be
bro,
awesome.
bro. That is
Oh.
my submission. Is I want an Amanita
You cut out.
I said I want an Amanita muscaria styled jelly cap, dude. That's my submission.
Like, look up. What is it?
I don't even know
Amanita
what that is.
muscaria, dude. Look up Amanita muscaria. It's like the mushroom.
Oh, oh shit! We got a double mushroom request here. What
Great
the-
minds think alike. I already put it in his Discord to have like a psychedelic mushroom.
Bro, that's Amanita muscaria. It's the same request because like a psilocybin cubensis is just like a gold cap. Like, how are you know what I mean? Like, it's not. But
Yep.
like an Amanita muscaria is like very, very iconic mushroom, psychotropic mushroom, dude.
Dope
That's
ETH literally requested that. You better negotiate that with him.
no. He
That's
can be his
funny.
name. He called it psychedelic mushroom. I'm just making the.
I mean,
You know?
we could do a collab. It'll be the first
Collab,
collab of
dude.
the
Yeah,
collection.
dude. This is Supreme vibes, dude.
Yep. Why not, man? Why not?
Dude,
I love.
honestly, you gotta have a Supreme cap too, dude. You gotta have a Supreme cap, dude. I just want the omakavc eye. You see the omakavc logo? I want the eyes to be omakavc logo, dude.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's hot. That's hot.
All right.
Yeah.
Ding.
dude. Sick.
I think
Make a one of one with the mushroom and the eyes, and then the DAO is gonna buy it and hold it in the vault.
Oh, sick.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Mhm.
Dude. Oh, by the way, you guys, I basically reclaimed, like, someone rugged, and I like basically told them that like they that they had an ape in a multi sig, and I gave them till today, and I just signed the transaction on.
You're breaking up. We
yeah,
heard
you
like
keep cutting
parts
out.
of it.
I think your mic
you got
sensitivity.
No, it's
Yeah.
too distant. Sorry, what I was saying is that someone rugged me on a project, and the dev, like I doxed the dev, and then basically told him he had to send me his bored ape, and that I would give him like 30 days to get me the money back, or I was selling his bored ape from the multi sig, and I just signed the transaction today to from the multi sig my, and like I may legit just send that bored ape to the omakavc contract.
Oh crap!
Like,
Wow.
what?
Now we're ape holders.
Right?
Wait, how much for that you're fucking exploiting him for?
I got well. I lost a total of 58 ETH.
Oof.
That's what happens, dude. This is small potatoes, bro. Like, this is
I mean,
big
it's
boy
not
game.
it's not as bad as the guy. You guys hear about the guy who sent 250 ETH like lit last night to an ape holder
Oh,
by
man.
accident?
Wait, what?
Check this out. So this guy, John Knopf, he has like one of these spacesuit apes, and he basically got like an offer for like 250 ETH. And this guy who's got about like 18 million in his wallet, I checked him out. He's got 18 million in his wallet. And last night or a couple nights ago, he was like drunk or whatever. And when he retracted the wrapped ETH, instead of sending it back to his own wallet, he sent it to John's wallet. And then he was like, John, like literally was with his wife or girlfriend or whatever, and he's like, I just got $1 million in my wallet. And he shows it to her and she's like, no, that's not our money. He like sits down for a second, and he's kind of really known in like the NFT community. Like he's built himself like a name. He's like not an influencer, but people know him. Anyway, long story short is, check it out. The guy was on Twitter saying like, yo, can you please send me back my ETH? And like he has it like on it all written down. So John is like, all right, this guy's probably like trying to launder money and like he's doing something, whatever. So he's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna send you back your money, but you know, you seem like a pretty cool dude. Do you really want my ape? And he's like, yeah, I'll take your ape. Oh wait, I forgot this part of the story. The guy who sent the ETH, he's like, yo, just send me back my 250 ETH. I'll even let you keep 10%. And John's like, no, I don't want to keep the 10%. I'll send it all back to you. So the guy, you know, was cool with him. And then John's like, do you want to make a deal? So whatever. He ended up selling his ape for like 1.5 million, like 320 ETH. Literally, you can
Oh,
check.
wow.
It's the spacesuit one. Yeah. So it was like
With
life-changing
no
money.
OpenSea tax, dude. No OpenSea tax,
There you go.
bro.
Exactly.
That's the
Hey, and let me give
unexpected
you-
finesse.
Let me give you a pro tip, guys. If someone with $18 million, in fact, if anyone ever sends you any amount over 50 ETH and you don't send it back, FYI, they are coming to get their motherfucking money.
Yep.
Like if they
pretty much.
got 50 ETH, they can yeet accidentally. If you can get rugged for 50 ETH and you're not like roping yourself, you got plenty of money, bro. You're coming to get that paper. There's nothing that's gonna stop you, dude. There's nothing that's gonna stop you, dude. Like, you better get out the way.
Yep.
Oh, do you think it's anonymous? No, your computer has a serial number, and you have a MAC address, and a device ID, and an IP address, and like another 50 ETH will come and find your ass. So,
Or Tiny's gonna be there. Oh, guys. On that note,
dude, that's such a good story. I love it. Dude,
All right,
I mean,
guys.
it just proves that mostly people with big liquidity are ethical, dude. You know? Like,
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, listen, he bought the thing for barely anything. Like, he's crushing it. Like, he's doing well in other things. I mean, the guy was like homeless like 3 years ago. So, you know, it's life-changing money for him. He's got like a daughter now, so like it's, you know, kudos to him. That's
that's
great.
such a good story, dude. That's such a
Yeah.
good story, bro. He
Yeah,
got
that's
his meal.
crazy. When did that
He got his
happen,
meal
by the way?
ticket.
It
He got
happened
that meal
today.
ticket.
Oh,
Today.
wow.
Yeah, you could just go look at the trade history. Go to Board Ape Yacht Club and go to activity.
Mhm.
It was a wrapped ETH transaction.
Bro, based.
Boom.
Love it. See you later,
Boom.
dope. See you
Later.
tomorrow.
Peace.
Easy.
Yeah, man.
See you, man.
Bro. So crazy. The dude was just like raged out and partying and was like, oops.
50 ETH. Just. Or no, it was 200 and something, right?
250.
205?
I lost
250.
Yeah,
I
250.
lost 58, dude. I lost
You lost
58.
58. Yeah, he lost. He accidentally said 200. Jeez.
Yo, how'd you I guess you were just talking about how it's not really like you can get doxxed via blockchain and shit, but is that is that the method that you went through, like IP addresses and shit, to dox the person that rugged you?
No way, dude. The dude who rugged me was friends with some of my friends, bro. It took me like 2 phone calls, bro.
Oh my
I was like,
god!
and all of
Yeah,
his usernames and screen names are like the same, bro. Like his Discord and Telegram and Instagram and everything are all the same, bro. It took me like 5 minutes, and I warned him. I said, "Send my money back, or you're doxxed right now." And he was like, and I was like, all right. And I started posting his picture in his Telegram chat, dude.
Oh shit!
And
it's a
then what's
small world,
worse,
man.
dude? What's
Small
worse?
world.
Yeah, it's a tiny world, dude. And what's worse is his dad owns an SEC registered trading firm that he was an employee for at the time. And now,
Oh no!
yeah, dude. And my securities lawyer was general counsel. Oh,
Yeah.
can you hear me? My securities lawyer was general counsel for 7 years. So like he's done, dude. Like he does not have a career in blockchain.
Wait, so he didn't take the year offer?
Dude, the ape is in a multi-sig right now. I have to actually check to see if he signed the transaction. Let me check the gnosis right now. Nope, still needs confirmations, dude. So we'll see if he signs it. I signed.
You said you're
for
giving
it.
him 60 days, right? Why 60
No,
days?
I gave him
That seems like-
30 days. His 30
30
days is
days.
already yeah, his 30 days already ended. So, well, because I wanted to let him keep his ape if he could get the money, like take the on him, you know?
Yeah.
So nuts, man. You've got like, if I don't know, you got like one chance to like if you're, especially as like a creator, like if you do any like shenanigans whatsoever for the people that are actually supporting you, I mean, like you're never gonna, I don't know, it just blows my mind how many
Yeah, you
scams.
make it to where you have to change identity, but you're always going to be yourself. So it's like it's not worth it, man.
No.
What was his scam? Like, what did he rug so many people on?
Dude, it was just a meme coin that he launched, bro.
Oh,
Like
is
he
that
launched some meme.
is that the FUD coin or whatever?
No, but something similar to that. I'm not gonna name
Okay, yeah.
fucking face and everything, but like, needless to say, the dude basically the dude was not expecting like I tried to give him a chance. People
You're
don't think
rugging.
that like people actually have lawyers. You know? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, whatever. It's no big deal to me. Like NBD, like keep it moving. Life is good. Like keep it moving. You know, that's basically how I feel about it. It's like got to move forward in life. Can't look backwards. So I've got good things going for me. I'm not trying to like. I just was trying to give him an opportunity to like recover from it, you know what I mean, and just like do the right. And like I didn't want to. I don't want to sell the ape, and I still can't sell the ape because like I can't even sell the ape once I get it. Right? I just have possession of it, and then like still has to like lawyers still got to do their lawyer thing and decide what's gonna happen. So.
I see.
Yep.
Well,
But yeah, it is what it is. But I was literally like laughing I'm like, I will send this ape to the burn address. Like this is how little I give a fuck, dude. Like I will send this shit to the dead address, dude. like I
Tell 'em,
will send
oops.
this shit to the dead address just for clout, dude. Like FYI, like I will yeet this to the burn address for clout. Just to show people, like, just to prove a point, dude. Yee! Oh man, so yeah, I'm stoked, dude. This has been a long time coming. The project is going to be very, very good.
Almost 1,000 members.
Yeah, bro.
997.
Yesterday
dude,
was what, 350? Last
Yes.
night?
It was
Dude,
350
we were still at
about an hour
350
ago,
this
dude.
morning when I woke up, dude. We were 356 when I woke up today, bro. We've grown by over 600 members in the last 3 hours, dude. 4 hours. Like,
So crazy.
oh man, dude, it's gonna be so good, bro. People, I just think like don't like, you know, they didn't think it's possible, or like, and then once people see like some of the screens and like demos and stuff, and they're like, oh, holy shit, this thing's actually gonna fucking actually does this. Like, oh shit. Shut up and
Well,
take
I'm
my
actually still
money.
syncing my node.
What's
the
that?
The Chia nodes.
Oh yeah, you're syncing it?
Yeah, I'm still
Lit,
syncing.
bro.
Yep.
Dude, you got 20 TB, right? So like you're gonna be, dude, with 20 TB, you should be getting you should get like almost like 0.3 to 0.5 Chia a day, dude.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
dude, not bad at all. Stack it up.
Node? Did you set up a node?
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. It's super easy.
All right,
Guys,
I'm going to. Okay.
I'm gonna move to the main VC right now and shut down the live stage. But anyone who wants to join us in VC, talk about anything really is like, feel free to just come and just like talk. You talk about trading or what collections are hot right now. Is cool with me. So, peace.
Peace.
Take care. Bye.
All right, peace.